Hi everybody, welcome to the Knitting Turnpike and Vlogmas, vlog number 2 for the Knitting Turnpike. I am so happy to have you here with me today. I am Gina Pike. Today we're going to be talking about Advent knitting, some of my works in progress, some things I'm working on for the Advent season. We're going to be talking about 2 finished projects that I've completed, some beautiful lace projects with beads. And then we're going to be talking about some upcoming events, and we're going to be talking about some beautiful, beautiful yarns. So I hope you'll join me today. Are you ready to get started? I know I am. Let's go. Forgive my voice. I have been sick since end of last week. It has been going in and out. It is actually much better than it has been all week, and I'm very, very thankful for that. Let's see, what do I want to get started with today? Because I have been a little bit sick, I have not gotten as much done as I've wanted to get done, of course, but I already knew that. If you watch my first vlog from last Saturday, I go through the projects that I really want to work this time of year. I purchased 4 different 24 mini skein advents from different yarn companies. I have been opening them in little mini clip videos. I thought for those yarn openings, instead of putting everything into one big video for you guys or throughout the day, because my days are not very exciting. Like this week, I did do a couple of vlog clips I'm going to insert in here, but as you can see, I'm home a lot, and especially this week being sick, it's just not that exciting to do a video every day for you guys. So I decided to do a vlog like this once a week, and then every day I am doing a Christmas song and opening my advents. And I thought, you know, we're all so busy. Everybody is doing Vlogmas, all the content creators. So I was hoping maybe you could spend a Christmas song with me and look at some pretty yarn and stitch markers. I am opening a stitch marker advent from a Hand Stitch Live, who is Jennifer out of Michigan, and I have opened her stitch markers on my channel before, and this year they are so pretty and I'm enjoying that. So you get yarn and a little bit of stitch markers every day, and I hope you'll join me on that. That's every day, but this is once a week. So this is the weekly vlog where we talk about things I've been working on and just events and some finished projects and of course yarn. So let's go. I think the first thing I'll do is I'll insert my vlog clips so you can kind of see where I was throughout the week. I believe I have a video clip from Tuesday and Wednesday, and this is going to show you one of the projects I'm working, 2 of the projects that I'm working on. I am working on the MCAL calendar stole by Bridget Koch. It is a advent project, but it's not knitted with many skeins of yarn. I guess you could try to do that because there are 12 different clues for this project. It is a lace stole with the option to add beads. And I've knitted this project for the last 4 years. I talk about it a lot in my first vlog, but I will link the pattern down below if you want to join in and start knitting. I am behind. I've only knitted clue 1. Usually I keep up with it really well, but being sick, I haven't been able to keep up with it. So I'm only on clue 1, and I will be showing you that. But this is my stole from last year on Claire over here, and I draped it like that. I wouldn't wear it like that, but I draped it like that so you can kind of see there are 12 different patterns with the eyelets with beads in between each pattern, and then it has a picot beaded cast on and cast off. It's really pretty, and I'm excited to knit it. I just have been running out of time, and I hope this week I can get caught up. We will see. It is a little bit more advanced knitting project because there are some complex, sometimes there's complex cables, sometimes complex lace stitches, but they're not super long. They're probably about 40 to 50 rows sections, and you get them every other day. So you have 2 days to complete the clue. We are on clue 5, I believe. I've done clue 1. We're on clue 4. We are on clue 4. I finished clue 1, so I'm a few clues behind. So if you want to jump in and knit this with me, be a member of the Turtle Club with me, I would love that. That would be great. And if you are doing that, please let me know down in the comments below if you are knitting this. I just think it's so much fun, and the chat around knitting this is in the Never Enough Lace group in Ravelry. I will also link that down below, and they are one of the sweetest, most supportive knitting groups in Ravelry. I've been a member of that group for a very long time, and they are so welcoming, so kind and encouraging. So even if you don't want to knit the stole, go join them and maybe participate in some of the other make-alongs they have throughout the year. They have all kinds of make-alongs going on throughout the year, and of course they're lace. And it's a lot of time lace with beads, and it's really fun to challenge yourself with different designers. What am I wearing today? Let's just talk about that real quick, and then we'll get into the clip. So today I pulled out this sweater. It is a little warm for me, but this was a test knit that I did, one of the only 2. I've only done 2 test knits, but I did this for Azaria Fibers a couple of years ago around the Christmas time. I think it was after Vlogmas, and this is really, really cool. I'm going to take it off so you guys can see what it looks like. But she designed 4 of these. This is the spring version, and it starts out like a pie circular shaped shawl. You can see in the center here how it starts out with circular knitting. I believe we did a pinhole cast on, and then it gets bigger and bigger, and then eventually you separate some stitches for the sleeves on either side, and then you put them on a holder or yarn of some sort, and you finish the pie shawl. And you can see it's really nice, and so it hangs down long past your bum, and you have this beautiful knitted on border that goes around. You knitted it on perpendicularly, and it goes all the way around the pie shawl, the jacket. And then when you come back and pick up the sleeves, you knit these beautiful lace panels for your sleeves, and then you also do that lace edging as well, knitted on perpendicularly. And again, this is the spring. I'll link this down below. She has a summer, autumn, and fall version, and I have yarn for all of them. I want to go back and knit all of these. It was really, really, really fun to knit. She had written instructions and charted instructions for everybody. But I just love it. I think it's really pretty. I am a little bit warm, so I'm gonna leave it off for a minute. When I get chilled a little bit, I'll put it back on. But I wanted to share that with you guys because I think it's really pretty. I don't pull it out very often. I made it with a Miss Babs yarn, and all that is on my project page. I'll put it down below. It is a blue-faced Leicester, I hope I say that correctly, wool. So it's a wool, and it's kind of warm for me to wear. Tell you what, let me put this like on the back so you can kind of see it and maybe look at it. If you have any questions about it, please don't hesitate to ask me down in the comments below. I'm happy to answer any questions anytime. Or you can email me. If you don't want to put a public comment, you can always email me. I think I just set on a pencil. Or I dropped it down below. Oh, well, I got another one right here, so that's good. All right. So let's go ahead into the first clip. I think this will show you what I was working on Tuesday and kind of what things were going on. I think I did Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So let's just roll into them and see what I was thinking for this week.
Good morning. Hope you're all doing well. I'm supposed to be doing Vlogmas instead of just sitting on the couch and talking to you about projects and things. So I give you a little bit update. We've been sick all weekend. Brian caught something a few days ago, gave it to me, and we're both pretty sick. I was supposed to go to the doctor tomorrow, so I don't know if they're going to even want me to walk in there. Excuse me, sounding like this. I'm a lot better than he is. He's really bad, but he's really stubborn. He's like, he tried to work on some lights yesterday, and he just sounds so bad and ran fever all night. So that's kind of what's going on with us. I thought, this is Vlogmas. Kind of watching some other people doing their videos, and they share everything about their lives. So with us, we were just a little bit sick this week. I think we're both just doing a lot. I just caught something. But I did do this. I started, I'm working on the calendar stole, and I got the first clue done. Let me just see if I can show you this. Look at this shawl. This is the first clue. It's so cute. It's called, the clue one name is Frog Knot. These are supposed to be little frogs. Aren't they cute? Just look at the little, the really textured. I'm using a sock yarn this year from Miss Babs. It's got a pretty good stitch definition. I will say this, I don't want to be negative. It is very soft and silky, but it is a little, let's see if I can get the ply here. I love it, but knitting with it is a little splitty. There's the ply. And not super splitty, but a little. You just have to be careful not to split it with these really sharp Chiagoo needles. They're lace needles. Maybe I need to get a blunter end, but try not to split it with those. That's the first clue, and it's so cute. And here's the interlude with the beads. You can see the beads, they're pretty matchy. They're just going to give a little bit of a bling. And then, of course, the cast on, Picot cast on with the beads. I did this on Sunday, so it works up pretty fast. Now, I wound my first color yarn. This is I'm dreaming of a pink Christmas. So you can see it's pink tinged with some pink speckles in there. And wound that up, and she starts with a garter stitch tab cast on, and I ended up, she also had an alternate cast on that she created, and I wanted to try it because it's something new, and it's called the rolled edge garter tab cast on, and she gives you instructions on it, and there is a video. If you buy this pattern, there is a video on YouTube on how to do it. I will link the video down below because I think it's on her website. It's on her YouTube channel. It's called Telly Bee Knits, Stephanie Lotven, and it is so cute. It's what you can see. It has this edge that it's going to be seamless because this edge is going to be on the edge of her shawl, and it is just so cute. It was really clever how she did it. You still have to turn and pick up stitches on the edge, but it was not hard to figure. It wasn't hard at all. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. And I've got it split up like she said for her chart. This is going to be the center spine. It's going to start looking a little triangular here, but right now I've just got it started, and it is so cute. I really think if you're a beginning lace knitter, this is so well written, and I think that there's going to be I've not really gotten very far, but that one video, she said there's a lot of tutorial help through this pattern. I think anybody really could do this pattern. It's going to be such a beautiful shawl, and I'm really impressed with the level of detail in the pattern. It really is good for me to try new designers. This is a great reminder that it's good for me to try new designers because you learn new things. So I just wanted to share with you. I just sat here while I was drinking my cold medicine, and I've already finished day one of this little grand opening. It's so cute, and this edging is genius. I love it. Look, it looks like a nice finished edge, maybe like a slip stitch edge, but it's not done that way at all. And it's nice and stretchy, and it goes really well It looks just like the rolled edge garter tab cast on. So I'm glad I did the alternate cast on, but it's going to be, looks like it's going to be, of course it's triangular. We know it is, but it's got the center spine going right there. It looks so cute. But this is how much yarn I had left, a ton of it from day one. You don't use very much at all because that's just the day one. So I'm hoping I can get today is day 4. I'm hoping I can get days 2, 3, and 4 done of this shawl, so I'll be caught up. I don't think it's a lot of knitting every day, and that would be really nice to do every day, in addition to working in. The other one is not everyday clues, and it's a little bit longer knitting, the MCAL calendar stole, and then, of course, my blanket I want to cast on today, if I can. Good morning. This is another little short clip for Vlogmas. It's the middle of the week. As you can tell, I'm still very sick. Yesterday, the day I had to go to the doctor's office, was such a very hard day on me. I was running fever. But anyway, it was a hard day, and I'm fighting my voice. Been drinking Theraflu and NyQuil and Advil and all the stuff, and just trying to get to feeling better so I can do my vlog this weekend and do some knitting. It's been hard to even do that. But today, what I have planned, I am feeling a little bit better right now, but I did get a good night's rest, which always makes you feel like you got energy. I know I'm not 100%. My husband still has this as well, so we're still both battling it. And I'm hoping and praying I can be better for the weekend video. I got to film in 2 days on Friday, and get some more knitting done so I can share with you guys. What am I doing today? Today I have a chat vlog with another content creator about maybe doing a live show. I'm not going to say anything in case we don't get it all worked out, but I'm excited about it. So I hope that we can get it all worked out, but we're going to be talking today online. I have so much yarn I need to wind. I got caught up on my grand opening shawl. I'll insert a picture because I don't have it in here. It's in the other room because I'm about to start working on the next clue for the day. Today is day 6 of it. But I think the color of the yarn's going to change today, so that'll be fun. I also pulled out my yarns from Aberdeen Wool last night. Let me show you this. So I set it out here on my table. I started winding yarns. I got number 1 and number 2 in the other room. As you can see, I still got them in those bags. You can't stuff them back in those bags really easily. They're hard to get into these little bags. These bags are a little too small. I hope they change those for next year. They need to be more like the Ruby and Roses bags because those are so easy to get the yarn in and out. But these, you almost tear up the yarn when you're pulling it out. So I have it set up on this. I was using my knees, but I think I'm going to use this. These skeins are really tangled, and so it's really hard to do it on my knees. So I'm going to do it on the Swift, and I can just pull it under. This is my 3rd color. I think I'm going to go ahead and just wind all of these instead of having to stop and wind. So I'm going to wind them all. This is going to be the yarn for the Cozy Comfort Throw that I'm doing. That pattern's from a homespun house. And anyway, just excited to do that. And the other thing I'm going to show you, I don't have my lights on my tree on, but I have, you've seen all my little ornaments, these are from Mary Beth, that's from David Goforth, from Tammy Sabo. This is a new one this year from Mary Beth. It's a little bird. I think it's supposed to hang in my window, but I put it on the tree, and after Christmas I'll put it in my window. She also gifted me this wind socket chime, and I put it over here. I do want to get some curtains on my window, but right now, since I don't, it's so perfect really to have it just hanging right there. It's so pretty, so well done. She's such a good crocheter and crafter. I mean, I just was looking at this ornament close up, and the beads on this is so pretty, and they catch the light so well. This one was the one that caught my eye. This little, you don't see it in the video, but this one, with this, it looks like a disco ball, catches the light so well. I just got a new ornament. Today I opened a card from Sherry Knowles. Thank you, Sherry. Look at this cute little ornament she made me. It's so squishy. It looks so perfect on my tree, and that's why I'm mentioning this. But I just love my little tree with all the ornaments everybody's made me throughout the years. Thank you guys so much for spoiling me. This is a new one also from Kay, who's AU Ollie Cat. In it, there's a penny in the center. You can't see it, but it's hard, and it's in remembrance of those whom we lost and love, and she sent it to me in remembrance of my mom, and she also has someone special in her family. Anyway, I love it. It's so pretty. I just wanted to mention that real quick.
Okay, I hope that wasn't too much or too boring. That was kind of what I was going on this week, so you can kind of see I worked on the MCAL calendar stole. I've been working on the grand opening shawl, which goes along with the Suburban Stitcher Advent that I am currently opening on my channel. That is the I'm Dreaming of a Pink Christmas Advent, the very last one I'm opening every day in the little pink polka dotted paper bags. And they're all pinks. Gorgeous. It is looking so pretty. Let me show you where I'm at because I showed you Wednesday. We'll just start with that one. This is so much fun. The designer is Stephanie Lotven. I'll link her down below. She is Telly Bee Knits. She is has a group that you can chat in and Ravelry. Super nice, super awesome. Now, I also want to mention again, I know I mentioned it in my clip, about that alternate garter tab rolled garter tab cast on. I get that right. I will link her YouTube video that shows you how to do that down below. She has a YouTube video for that, a YouTube channel, and it was so much fun to knit that, and it really goes very well with the way she's putting the edging on this shawl. Now I have this in my little Bags by Awesome Granny, my little gnome Christmas bag, and let's see, yesterday was day 7. Yeah, today's the 8th. I have to film a day early, but this is where we are. We knitted, started with a triangle and knitted the triangle out, which you saw. And then on day 6, we put half of the stitches on a spare circular needle, or you could put it on a waste yarn, whatever. You're putting half of them on to be held. You're not working with them. And then you're coming over here and you're working on this side of the shawl, and as you can see, there's different stitch patterns. You know, like every day is a different stitch pattern. The first day, let me get these right. I wrote them down because I knew I would not remember. The first day was the garter stitch. The second day is this beautiful, right here, it's a twisted stockinette stitch. Then you had another garter stitch section. Then you had the lace triangles section right here. This one right here, beautiful. And yeah, day 5 was a garter stitch section. Day 6, we moved to one side and we did this stitch here, and that's called the sand stitch. And then day 7, which was yesterday, we did another garter stitch section. Now today, I've already peeked at the pattern. It was just released before I started filming. We're doing an eyelet rose section, so it'll be some lace in there, like doing knit 2 togethers to create a yarn over, and then a knit stitch and a yarn. So it's going to be like little eyelets in the yarn, and I'm super excited about that. My next color of yarn for day 8, you guys should see that in my video, so this shouldn't be a spoiler. You guys should see that on Friday, and I'm not showing this till Saturday. So it's getting like a little bit darker pink every day, like a kind of a mauve. And you can see it'll go like right here by this. So it's getting just a little bit darker. It'll go right there. So that is the grand opening shawl by Telly Bee Knits, Stephanie Lotven. And it is really, really great and really, really fun. And it's about 12 rows you get every day. There are written instructions and charted instructions, and she's in her Ravelry group. She's very responsive, very kind, willing to help, and it's really easy knitting. I don't think you'll have questions, but if you do, she is there to help, and she's so nice and supportive and encouraging. And the other thing I want to mention about it is I mentioned in last week's vlog that it was USA dollars, and right now it is on sale. It is 60% off, so it is $3.20. Even if you may not have the time to knit this pattern right now, but you think you might want to knit it in the future, because again, this works for 24 mini skeins or 24 scraps of yarn. Go ahead and pay it and grab that pattern, because it is well worth it. The pattern's very well written. You get video clips to help you with some of the sections so that you know, really understand what you're supposed to do. Again, she showed you the garter tab cast on. She showed you how to move move to one side. So she's really, really helpful. And again, you can always email her and ask her questions. You can email me and ask me questions if you decide to knit this. I don't mind doing that. I'm knitting it, so I could probably help you there as well. And the other thing I want to mention is that I have seen there are a lot of people in that thread that are knitting this with scraps of yarn, and it looks amazing. There's a Christmas version, looks so pretty, doing like a red, green, and ivory. There's another one doing all kinds of different advents, some doing just scraps from their stash. It is a stash buster shawl, and they all look great. I kind of actually prefer this shawl in the scraps over the one I'm knitting, and you guys know how much I love pink yarn, so that's saying a lot. It looks really, really good. So go take a look if you are interested. That is my first whip, and I actually was going to talk about that last, so I am way out of order on my notes, but here we go. Let's do the next project. I told you guys in my little video clips I wanted to do a Cozy Comfort Throw by Homespun House. Now this is a very, very simple blanket project. I don't think I've ever knitted a blanket like this because I have a really hard time doing a knit stitch over and over or stocking it over and over. It just gets too repetitive for me. That's just how my brain works. I mean, I think it can be really beautiful. But I just have a hard time with it. But I did cast it on, and I am going to do it. So I'm going to be doing, it is just a garter stitch blanket. That's all it is. You knit on both sides. And so what I'm using is Aberdeen Wool Company's, their Tangled Poets Society Advent from 2022. I'll show a picture here. I opened that last year on my channel, and I'm just going to go in the order that they put them together. I'm not going to rearrange them. I think it'll be cute, a cute mix of colors, just all jumbled together. So my first color to start with is this beautiful gold, kind of gold yellow with a little bit of brown speckles in it. So this is what that yarn looks like, my first color from last year's Aberdeen wool. And I'm holding it together with stroke tweed from Knit Picks. It's just a fingering weight. It is Earl Grey Heather, 231 yards, 50 grams, and it's got a nice tweed effect to it, really soft. So what I decided to do is instead of just the pattern says cast on, I ended up doing an I-cord cast on. And I just thought it would give a nice finished edge to the blanket. Can you see it? And then I did the cast on with just the gray, a stroll fingering held double. And then I thought I would add in the yellow after that, because I thought I wanted my stripe for the yellow to be kind of equivalent in size for the other ones. These are 30-gram mini skeins, so it's going to be pretty big. I may not even use all of the yarn because I think it's 3,100 yards of yarn. This is what my cast on looks like. It's probably about 48 to 50 inches across. This is a 40-inch needle, but it's scrunched up pretty well. Again, I-cords on the bottom. I'm doing I-cords on the side as I come along. And then at the top, when I finish, probably a year from now, I'll do an I-cord cast off. And the rest of it is just simple garter stitch, but you can see how it's looking with the gold held with the gray. Now, yellow is not really my favorite color, but it is a beautiful color, and it is one of the colors. So it was the first color for that last year, and I'm starting with that. And again, this is going to be just a simple blanket. It is kind of nice just to sit. I cast this on yesterday afternoon, and I was able to get a few rows done while I was sitting there talking to my husband last night. It goes really fast. So that's a really nice benefit of that. So that's my second whip. And again, I'm not used to knitting projects like that. Ooh, my yellow went rolling. But I think it will be fun. Let me just put this back neatly. The one thing I don't like about holding things double is it's really easy to get things twisted up with each other. So after every row, I'm making sure to kind of correct it a little bit so it doesn't get to be such a tangled mess. Tangled Poet Society, tangled mess. I think that's kind of funny. All right, so that's my second whip. Again, I did not get a lot of knitting done this week as much as I wanted to. I really wanted to get my socks cast on, and I wanted to get more done on the MCAL calendar stole, and I wanted to start the scrappy tee. Maybe next week I will get all that done. We'll see. Hopefully, if I'm feeling a little bit better. I don't have doctor appointments next week either. I had a doctor appointment this week, which takes some time and stuff to manage all that. Okay, so the last project, you guys saw this, but I'll go ahead and show you one more time. I'm using Miss Babs Tart yarn, and the yarn color is called Devoted Idea. It is a pink coral yarn, and I'm using a pink coral bead. This is what my clue one looks like. I know I showed this kind of in my little clip, but I'll show it one more time. This clue is called Frog. You can see when you stretch it and block it, it's going to be about that wide. It's going to be another rectangular stole like that one on Claire. And I don't know if you can see my little beads on the Picot beaded cast on really well. I hope so. And then the beads in the interlude. The beads are always in the interlude section and on the ends. You're always welcome to add more beads. She doesn't guide you on that. But if you want to, I saw a lady who did the beads like all around each one of those yarn overs, and it looked really beautiful. Now, this clue is called Frogs, so it's supposed to be squishy little frogs. I don't really see it, but it is really cute, and there's some great stitch definition with this tart yarn from Miss Babs. Anyway, it's nice and soft and squishy. So I'm enjoying that. So that's my last whip that I was able to get started this week and work on. And I definitely need to get caught up because they are on clue 4. The second clue. Oh, and I want to show this. I'm storing this project in this beautiful bag that my friend Mary Beth made for me last year for Christmas. Isn't that beautiful? She crocheted this for me. She's a crocheter. And I just absolutely adore this bag. And she lined it with a really soft fabric. She did such a beautiful job. I love it. So I'm using my MCAL calendar, storing my MCAL calendar store project in that bag. And every time I see it, I think of her, just say a prayer for her. And I'm so grateful for her friendship. Speaking of Mary Beth, this last year, I don't know if you guys remember, but she sent me the most beautiful pink poinsettia for Christmas. And it was so beautiful. Well, this year, she sent me another poinsettia. She was looking for a pink one, but the lady she contacted, whom I'm going to share her name right now, just because she told me she is a new business, small local business, and she's also a licensed massage therapist. But here's her card if you're looking for somebody in the McKinney, Texas area. And then also this is her florist, her flower store, Big Buds. And let's see, I'll try to find a website and link it down below. But that's who she's working with, and that she was just such a very sweet lady. So I thought I would share that. And she didn't ask me to. I thought I just would because I like to support smaller local businesses. They might be my neighbor, help them to get going. But this is the poinsettia that I'm going to turn it around and show you. Look at this. I've never seen one like this. It is a tree, a poinsettia tree. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I've never seen one like it. It is so pretty. And Brian and I are enjoying it. I showed it to Brian. He was like, oh my goodness, what is that? Anyway, it's so pretty. And thank you so much, Mary Beth. That was so sweet of you to think of me and to send me that. Now, the finished projects that I want to share with you guys are all from the Romi Hill Lace Lovers Club. Now, one is from 2022. I think when I last left off in May, I was going to start working on it and trying to get it finished up. And then I did the first shawl from 2023. I still haven't, if you are interested in the Romi Hill Lace Lovers Club, let me just talk about it a little bit. There are a few offerings still open right now for 2024. I will link her website down below where you can find the Lace Lovers Club for 2024. With the Lace Lovers Club, every 3 times a year, you get a box of yarn that looks like, I've got some to open. That's what we're going to look at. It looks like this. And you get all kinds of, you get yarn that Romi Hill has personally selected for the shawl pattern that she sends you like a few weeks later. And you get other little goodies in there. Sometimes you get beads. Sometimes you get a handmade shawl pin. She loves to make jewelry. And she'll make a beautiful metal shawl pin to go into your box. So I have 3 boxes to open. That's what we're going to look at. Some beautiful yarn she handpicked for some of these shawls. Now, in knitting these, this is the first one I knitted. It was Tone Poem. I knitted it in different yarn than what she selected. She had selected a yak yarn, and when I was winding it, it just was really fragile. And I was kind of worried about knitting with it. I was scared I was going, because it was disintegrating in my hand, and I was winding it by hand, and I was very nervous to knit all of this and it to come apart. She assured me it wouldn't do that, but I still was a little bit paranoid. So I ended up using a couple of colors of dye and a dye. You remember I showed this on my channel. This is Tone Poem. It's a big shawl, and I made the tall size on this. I mean, it's really, really big, you can see. But I did 2 colors of dye and a dye yarn. I will link this project down below. You can see how beautiful the lace is on this. I love triangular shaped shawls. It started out like this. This was a lot of the pattern right here, this cute little diamond design, and then it had this beautiful border that I'm trying to remember if you knitted it on perpendicularly or not. I don't think so, not on this one. And you do that with a second color. It's a little bit darker pink. All right, so that was the first Lace Lover shawl for 2022. It's called Tone Poem. And I've shown the yarn, I've shown this. I'm just kind of giving you a brief glimpse back because this was 2022. So we're going to go back in time for a little bit. I think I sounded like Sabrina Melodious right there. All right. The next shawl, the second shawl for 2022 was her Rose of the Aegean shawl. I know I've shown this as well. Now this yarn was picked by Romi Hill. This yarn is from Marinated Yarns. It is Anita lace, which is it is 55% Blueface lashes or wool, 45% silk, 875 yards for 100 grams. You're going to get lace weight yarns in her boxes, which is awesome. I just love these. But this was the Rose of the Aegean shawl. It's a circular shawl. Again, this is the regular size. The tall size is a lot bigger, kind of like the one I just showed you. I knitted tall because I had a lot of that yarn. And this shawl has this beautiful edging. I've shown these on my channel. Has this beautiful edging and all these beautiful lace patterns. And then it ends with this beautiful beaded edge when you block it. And it's really, really pretty lightweight. This is something I know I could easily wear here in Texas and not be burning up. But that's Rose of the Aegean. So that was the second shawl pattern. Now, the third shawl pattern I have not shown you, guys. Actually, you get 4 shawl patterns in her Lace Lovers Club. The 4th one, you do not get a box of yarn, but you still get a 4th lace shawl pattern. And I'm probably not going to knit that 4th pattern. She recommends knitting it with a mohair yarn, and right now I've never knitted mohair with lace with mohair, although it is beautiful, it is soft. I just gotta be in the right frame of mind to do that, especially if you make mistakes. It will be very hard to undo. So I haven't done that. I did buy some mohair to knit it in, but I just didn't get to it. Okay, the third shawl for the Lace Lovers Club for 2022 is called Lost Coast Lace Shawl. And the yarn that she picked, I have it to open. I guess we could go ahead and open the yarn for it. Oh no, I have opened the yarn for that. It was this really beautiful dark green from Murky Depths. It's a Yakima lace, so it's got yak in it. It is 65% merino, 20% silk, 15% yak, and it is 870 yards per 100 grams. Now, with Romi Hills yarn, picking the yarn for you, you're going to get nice, high quality yarns. So I actually did go ahead and opt in for 2024. And I was telling Brian that I wasn't going to do the yarn option. In January, she's going to open it up, and you can buy just the patterns if you want to, and then knit them with yarn from your stash. So look for that in January if you don't want to buy the yarn options. But then as I was thinking about it, I'm like, you get some really beautiful yarns that she, all these companies I've never heard of, and it's so nice to find out about them. And these are beautiful high-end lace yarns that I can use for something else. So I did opt in for the lace lovers for 2024. So I'm excited about that. I probably won't knit my shawls with the yarn that she picks for the shawls, because your shawl will end up looking like everybody else's, which is fine. They're beautiful. Don't misunderstand me, but I kind of, when I'm doing a make along, I kind of like to see a little bit of variety. And if we're all knitting the same thing in the same yarn, I'm not afraid to pick a different yarn and stand out a little bit differently, because I think it's fun. I like to challenge patterns with different kinds of yarn and see what they look like. So that's probably what I'll do, and save the yarn in my stash for another shawl, because there's a million Romi Hill shawls, lace shawls I want to make, and other designers as well, not just her. So anyway, this is the Lost Coast shawl. I knitted this with a yarn from Dye for Yarn. This is their Tussa silk, so it's 100% Tussa silk. It is lace, 760 yards, 100 grams. This is what this looks like. Let me make sure I get on the right side and not the wrong side. It does have beads. This is what this looks like. This is an orange, kind of like a creamsicle shawl. That's what I'm thinking of when I think about it. This started out so differently, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. I'm going to let my voice rest. But the smart thing is when I blocked it, I did make a video clip about this. It's not very long, but I'll insert it. It explains a lot about it. And I'm sure it will be way more interesting to listen to than my voice going in and out right now. So let's watch the clip about the Lost Coast lace shawl. Hi everyone. I wanted to take a little bit of time and kind of wrap up the Lace Lovers Club for 2022, Romi Hills Lace Lovers Club for 2022. This is the third shawl in the installment. This shawl, its pattern is called Lost Coast. I showed you the yarn that she sent in the Lace Lovers Club, which was this beautiful dark green yarn. And I decided to knit this in a different yarn. This yarn is from Dye for Yarn, which is an Etsy store. It is one-of-a-kind steamed salmon. It's a beautiful bright orange. I kind of felt like I was knitting a cream popsicle, if you know what that is, back from the 80s, when the ice cream truck would go around in the neighborhoods, and you could get those in the summertime. Anyway, this shawl, super easy to knit for lace lovers. It starts out, it's a very easy design. You do this beautiful textured centered piece. You start out casting on quite a few stitches with a knitted cast on, and do a wrap and turn stitch work to create this crescent center section that is textured. Now the beautiful thing about this center section is that you do not, even though you're doing wrap and turns, which I do not like the wrap and turn, I prefer the German short row method, you do not have to pick up the wraps and knit them together. So that is a beautiful thing if you do not like wrap and turns. So that makes it easier. You're doing it to create that beautiful long shaping that forms the base for the rest of the shawl. Then you're doing some beautiful easy lace knitting, just small lace sections that end up getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Look at that, we're starting to see a full leaf here. Bigger leaves, and then finally ending with this, and you ended up with this is a cabled section. You're doing a right leaning cable. The stitches in the shawl, again, super easy lace.
This is, I did a stitch tutorial for this shawl. I will put it up above, but it's knit through the back loop, purl through the back loop, knit two together through the back loop, slip two, knit, plastic slip stitches over, let's see, knit three together, knit two together, slip, slip, knit, and then that cabled stitch, which is a right landing cable, which is a 3-2 RC. You can see how that just stacks up on itself to create that beautiful line there, and you end it with a super stretchy bind off to create these beautiful points that you block it out to. There are some beads in here. I ended up using this beautiful coral bead from Fire Mountain Gems. She sent beads in the Lace Lovers Club. You see there are beads here on the bottom part as well. And really, really pretty. There's a bead right in there. It's kind of hard to see, but there's beads at the bottom of the shawl. But that's what it looks like. Very interesting design, very beautiful, half circle shaped shawl, something you can easily wrap up in and wrap yourself around in. The rows are very, very long. I remember at the end we were getting to about 700 or 800 stitches per row, but the knitting is so easy, so relaxing. So if you're looking to knit some lace that is fun and exciting and just something that you would enjoy, this might be the pattern you want to pick up. This is Romi Hill, Lost Coast. It is for sale in Ravelry, and I just thought I'd share that with you, and that's what it looks like finished.
So isn't that fun? I love that she did this with the short rows here at the front, and I love that I didn't have to pick up the wrap. That was really, really nice. But you can see it close up. It's just so pretty. And then at the bottom, again, she brought in some more beads. I don't know if you guys can see those. Hopefully you can with me behind this. And on the edging, there's some beads there as well. It's just a really beautiful, lightweight lace shawl with different kinds of motifs. And it's circular shaped. So I'll show you what it looks like on. I'll just put it on real quick. And the whole time I was knitting this, I was thinking of my friend Debbie Pavia because she loves orange. So let me show you. See how it kind of comes? It's a pretty good size. This is the regular size. So I think for me, the regular size is pretty good. The tall size will probably come down to about like right here if you like it longer. But for me, I think this is a pretty good size if you're thinking about joining the club. So there you go. That is Lost Coast. And let's see. Now we're ready for 2023. I hope you guys are still with me. I hope this is fun. I think I'll probably talk about, I just have one more shawl to show you and then yarn. So it won't be too bad. I think I'll go ahead and show you the yarn that she gave us with that shawl because that will be more interesting. We'll see what she thought would look best for this design. And then we'll see what I made it in. Of course, me, the rebel, always taking a different direction. All right. Also, let me just say the Lost Coast lace shawl, it is a very easy shawl to knit. It flew off my needles. Let me see how long it took me to make. It only took about a week to make that shawl. So, and I'm not a fast knitter, so it is really easy. The pattern repeats are simple. The stitches are simple. So if you're looking for like a super beautiful lace shawl that's a little bit easier stitching, that will look like it's not, that is a really good pattern for you to pick. The Lost Coast Lace Shawl by Romi Hill. All right, 2023. Here we come. All right, the first shawl for 2023 is called Floriade. And I think I've shown you some of this. Fortunately, again, I did make a video clip when I blocked this. Let me just show you what it looks like. This is the shawl. It's a triangular shawl, and I just love it. Now, she picked yarn for this, and I have it right here. I need to open it. We're going to open it after this, and check it out. I haven't even opened these. I have 3 boxes of lace yarn from Romi Hill that I haven't even opened. So, we're going to have fun doing that here in a minute. But, this is what it looks like. Let's go ahead and put the clip in, and then we'll talk about it some more.
Okay, everybody, this shawl is the first shawl for the Lace Lovers Club from Romi Hill for 2023. This is Floriade. I hope I'm saying that right. This is how you spell it, Floriade. It is a beautiful, beautiful lace shawl. It is really, really big. As you can see, this is my pool table, 9-foot pool table, and it is stretching from side to side, edge to edge. Even had to put a few blocking mats hanging off the side, like right there. So it is really nice and big. It is sort of circular with a triangular element to it. You do start out here, just like we did for the M-cowl, with a pinhole cast on. Start doing a triangle. We do a triangle shape. This design here, it's a very big triangle. The triangle is about that big. If you can see it, it goes from here to here. And you are doing yarn overs at the beginning of each row, just like you do for the M-cowl for this year. This pattern is gorgeous. You are knitting lace on both sides for this pattern, so I think it's a more complex pattern than the M-cowl was for this year, but it is not super complicated. You have stitches like slip slip purl versus knit two together, getting some stitches that are leaning in towards a center stitch, but a beautiful, beautiful design. It is a big triangle. Like I said, it had 10 repeats of one chart, 1 repeat of another chart. So the triangle is really big. So then you pick up the stitches for each row like you did for the M-cowl and get this going more into a triangular shape. You have the next chart, chart C, you start bringing in the beads. This is a beaded pattern. Really simple lace knitting now because you are just knitting on the right side row, and the wrong side row is more like a resting row in the rest of the shawl. So this design looks very similar. It's just a Gothic design with a bead at the top. It looks very similar to what we did for the edging for the M-cowl for 2023. And then just another transition here. Now this is a knitted on border. The knitted on border stretches from here to here. It is a big knitted on border. And when you do a knitted on border, I have another video after this I'll show, but you're basically turning your shawl and knitting perpendicularly. So you're going back and forth like this, and every time you come this way, you pick up a stitch and bind it off. So you're binding off all the stitches along the edge of your shawl, and you can see you make that line. So you knit this way a short amount, and you are adding beads every so often as well in this knitted on border, as you can see. I'm going to go around, but you bind off a stitch and then you go back, and then you come back and go back. And the wrong side row where you come back this way is really simple. It's not all the same stitch. It is varied up. Like this section here has a certain stitch, and then this section here has a certain stitch. But you can see the knitted on border was like, I believe 500 and something rows, almost 600 rows to do that knitted on border. As you can see, it goes all the way around. It's a lot. It's a lot of repeats of that same section, and again, about 600 and something rows to knit that. And once you're done with that, then you're done with the shawl, and it is very, very pretty, very, very lacy. I'm going to take some pictures of it on Claire. I used almost all the yarn. I had 2 full skeins of yarn, almost 930 yards of a light fingering weight yarn from Spain, and that's the size of it. Again, very large. This is the medium size. She does have a tall size, which would be even larger than this, but I'm glad I made the medium, so I think this is going to be big enough.
So I really love this shawl. It is it's more complicated than the Lost Coast. This has a huge triangular center section that you repeat over and over. I think you had to repeat it 10 times. It's just so pretty. And where did the beads come in? The beads don't come in till later. I used some beads in this shawl. I don't know if you can see them down in here. But this yarn is a beautiful lace weight. No, I think it's lace or light fingering. All right, this yarn is called, it's called Feliz y Punto. I bought it from a company in Spain, actually, and they shipped it to me. It's their Cita 40. It is a light fingering yarn, and it is 60% merino, 40% bombex. And it's pretty soft and squishy. It blocks beautifully. I mean, I blocked this, and it's held the block really well. It is 465 yards for 100 grams. So it's fingering. And I used 2 skeins for this shawl. I think I almost used the whole, I think I had just a itty bitty smattering of yarn left over for this. And then the beads I bought from, they're size 6/0 seed beads, purchased from Fire Mountain Gems. They're Dynamites 6/0 Frosted Rainbow Peacock. It's all on my project page. I'll link it down below. You can go check it out if you love these beads and want to buy some. Fire Mountain Gems is a really good company, and I use them a lot, and I like to use Aurora crystals a lot too. But this is what this shawl looks like. This was the regular size. Let's take a look at what that looks like on, so you can kind of see how big it is. The regular size shawls are pretty big, I think. I think they're, you know, big enough. The tall size would be a lot, you know, a lot longer. So it's really just your preference. But look how pretty that is on, and it's just so well done. This is a knitted on border. I think I mentioned that in that clip. I don't want to repeat myself, but it's a big knitted on border, and it adds so much to the shawl. And there were so many rows. I remember that, like almost 600 rows to get that knitted on border all the way around that shawl. But it's worth it. So worth it. Okay, so that's the last finished project I have from earlier this year that I haven't shared with you. Let's go ahead and open the yarn from Romi Hill and her yarn box, and let's just see what yarn she had picked out for this shawl. So this is March. So this was the yarn that she sent for the first thing. It looks like this. It's so pretty. See, I haven't even touched it. It looks like there is oh gosh, I can't read this. Plant in your garden, or start, oh, I still can't read this. Start it in a pot. Encourage it daily, and you should have, in 4 to 6 weeks, it should be a plant. So there's a little bitty, some seeds in here. I don't know what that is, but that's really pretty. I'll probably will kill it. But, and again, designs. This is the first box for this year. So I'll get down here so you guys, I can show you guys closer. But she gave you this card. And this is what you're going to get if you do not join the Lace Lovers Club. It says, I'm so excited to have you here for my 2023 Lace Lovers Club. In honor of Earth Day, the first shipment is a celebration of our planet and all growing things. Along with yarn and beads, I've added other lovelies to spoil you. When the pattern is released, you'll receive it in your designsbyromi.com account, along with a code used to place a copy in your Ravelry library. All right, so that's just blah, 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 blah. So there we go. Let's open this up and see what the yarn is. I know what it is because I've seen other people's projects. I can't remember it off the top of my head, though. But first thing I see, whew, beautiful beads. Look at those beads. So she's picked some beads for us to use in a cute little jar. Super nice. And let's see. Let's try, this is not yarn, so let's see what that is. We'll save the yarn for last. Oh, how cute. That is so cute. Little plant decoration. Adorable. I think it's a candle. Yeah, it's adorable little candle. Isn't that cute? Adorable. All right, so that's in there. And, I think this is going to be the shawl pin. Maybe, maybe not. Sometimes she designs things. Let's see, this is, some stitch markers in here. And there's some instructions on how to bead, use beads. And she loves to use super floss, which is great. There's a lot of ways to add beads. It just came in this little pouch. That's why I thought it was a pin. But it's, I don't like to use super floss. I like to use crochet hook. That's a lot easier. Super floss is a lot of work, in my opinion. But it is nice to have options. Sometimes you don't have your crochet hook. And sometimes you do have floss for your teeth. So, you might have to do that depending on where you are. So that's a good thing to know how to do. All right, so this, there is 2 more things in here. There's this. Let's see what this is. I should have opened these. I think I was waiting to open them and then just things, with my mom. Anyway, this is Murky Depths Yakima Lace. Yeah, this is the yarn. I'll take it out. Oh, and there's a little pouch of lavender that was in it. And let's see let's open this up. So you guys can see. I want y'all to see the color, not just it in a bag. All right, so Yakima Lace. Oh my gosh, I'm excited to feel this. Ooh, it is so soft. All right, this is the yarn. It is called Passiflora, Murky Depths, Yakima Lace. And it is, again, color is Passiflora, and it is 65% superwash merino wool, 20% silk, 15% yak, 870 yards. That is beautiful. Oh my gosh, and it is really soft. Now I get why people buy yak yarn. I mean, I should have made my shawl with this. I should have. But I will make a shawl with this for sure. This is beautiful. It's a beautiful purple color, like an eggplant. I don't know if you guys can see that. Really pretty. Really, really pretty and soft. Okay, so together, and that will go really, really nicely with, let me show you. That will go really nicely with these beads she picked, of course. So that is so pretty. So pretty. She has amazing taste in lace and in yarns. I think that's why I think I had FOMO when I was thinking about not buying the yarn option, because even if I don't use them, I will use them for another time. This is, isn't that pretty? There's a little stone right there, a little heart stone, touchstone. I don't know how I can hold this so you guys can see this. Isn't that pretty? That was in the box as well. And there's something else. I thought this was a yarn, but it's not. Okay. Wow. What is this? Oh, it's a project bag. Isn't that pretty? There's a project bag. Really nice for your project. So you get this. And it's like, looks like that on the inside. It's really heavy duty project bag. Heavy duty project bag. I don't know. Let's see where it says, if it says where it comes from. It's 100% linen. Yeah, so nice. So anyway, that was what was in it. That's the box number 1 that I got for 2023. That was supposed to be used for the shawl I just showed you, the Floriade, and I did not, but it's okay. Again, it's always your project. You can always make what you want to make, right? And I know the next shawl pattern for the Lace Lovers Club is called Peony Garden. That's what she released in the middle of the year. It is so pretty. It starts out circularly and ends up being triangular. Love that. Absolutely love that. I cannot wait to make it. And I probably will make it in this yarn because this yarn is pretty. I peeked. I haven't opened the box yet, but I know what it looks like on other people's projects. So this one is the box for that. And what colors do you think it's going to be? If I really, really love it, what do you think? Let me just make sure I'm getting the right one. Oh, it's hard to read. Yeah, this was from July. So this was it. This box right here. All right, here's what the box looks like for the next one. When you open it up. All right, let's tear the tissue paper. I would love to save it, but the sticker just doesn't allow that. So you open it up, you get the message again that just fell out like this. It says summer. This is summer. Greetings, lace lovers. Summer is garden season, and although we are gifted abundant flowers and vegetables, our hands often need some extra pampering. This shipment is all about getting those hands ready to knit a lovely garden with this beautiful, happy, blue-faced Leicestershire and silk blend. Ooh, nice. When the pattern's released, which is the Peony Garden, I'll put a picture there, you'll receive your mini club newsletter, which that's just instructions on how to download the pattern. Don't need to go through all that. Ooh. Okay, the first thing I see is a little scroll here like this. Isn't that cute? It looks like it's maybe something about the yarn or something about the stuff in here. It looks like she gave us some almond oil, cuticle oil. Nice. My hands are so dry right now. This is actually great for winter too. Let's see what this is. There's a little tin here. And this is Stitch Saver stitch markers. That's what it says. And they look like these. Very nice. Love the little tin. Love that. All right. The next thing is... I hurt my thumb the other day, and it really hurts. All right. The next thing is some aloe vera hand lotion. I really need this. So it's just this aloe vera hand lotion. This is all about keeping our hands. And this is another sachet. That smells so good, like vanilla. There's just some dried flowers and herbs in there. Really pretty. Smells really nice. Now we're to, there's one more thing. This little bag here, and then the yarn. You get this. And I'm showing you this just in case you guys want to join the Lace Lovers Club. It kind of gives you an idea of what you would get in these. I'd saved them all year to open with you guys, and I just haven't done that. Oh, I can't get this out. Oh, I think this is a fingernail file. Yeah, this is just I'm not going to pull it out. It's hard to get out. It's a little fingernail file for your fingers and hands. But two of them, little buffing pads for your nails and cuticles and dry skin. And I really need that. So that's awesome. Kind of glad I waited till now because my hands are really bad. Okay, so now we're to the yarn. And this yarn, oh, it's so pretty. It is so pretty. Oh, I can't wait to show you guys this. Let me do this. I may have to use some of the beads that I have for my MCal calendar stole on this and figure out where to place some beads because she didn't put beads on this one. But look at this yarn. This is from Twisted Ambitions yarn. It's hand dyed with Wicked Sweet Style. And look at this color. It is a coral. It is the Lace Lovers Club exclusive. So you cannot buy this from them. They made this specifically and dyed this for Romi. It is Ambitious BFL silk. It is 55% superwash BFL, 45% silk, 875 yards, 100 grams, 2-ply yarn. Isn't that just beautiful? Here you can see how what it looks like, a thread of it, like there. So pretty. And look, I can kind of see a little bit of speckling in there as well. Oh, that is going to be stunning. So yeah, I'm probably going to make this shawl with this. It's just too pretty to... It is so soft. Oh my goodness. It is so soft. It is so nice. So you get a chance to buy from Twisted Ambitions yarn, I would say do it. It's a very nice yarn. And that was box number 2 for the Peony Garden pattern. Thank you, Romi. These are so beautiful. And I guess I'm glad that I did get the yarn option for this year. I guess I am, because I'll get some nice yarns that she picks. Hand picks, which is really, really fun, opening these boxes and seeing what she wanted to put together for us. The last pattern that she had for this year has not been released yet. It is going to be being released soon. But we already got the yarn. We got the yarn just actually a few weeks ago. Let me see what the date is on this box when she shipped this. This was shipped November the 10th. So we're going to get the pattern soon. And I'm excited to see what this yarn. I have no idea what this is. So I'm excited to open this up and share this with you. I'm glad I brought the scissors because I did not open the sides again on this one either. All right, here we go. This is the last box for 2023. That's what it looks like. Again, I wish I could save the tissue paper, but I can't. So here we go. We get our little card. And it says fall. And it says, greetings, lace lovers. We are falling into winter with days becoming shorter and chillier. This gorgeous last shipment of the year will have you all ready to enjoy winter and the pristine wonderland outside the window. And if you don't live near snow, these icy colors will transport you there. So what colors do you think it's going to be? You think it's going to be blue or gray? What do you think? Okay, the first thing I see is the packing list. Okay, I don't want to read this out, but you get, let's see, it's yarn. The yarn is Sweet Georgia Sea Silk Lace. This is going to be a 65% silk and 35% sea sail. I have knitted with that before. It is really soft. It is 494 yards, 100 grams, and the color is called, there's a color 1. This is a 2-color shawl. How exciting. There's 2 colors. Color 1 is Moonlight. Color 2 is Stormy Night. Romi says, it says, note from Romi. This is one of my all-time favorite yarns from a dyer that I've ever used. I've used forever and ever and can't get enough of. It is a super, super special treat for the last shipment, and I can't wait for you to see it on your needles. She also includes some beads and a shawl pin. All right, let's get into this. I won't spoil it all before we see it all. All right. I was kind of spoiling it all before we saw it all. I think this is the yarn. Excuse me. That's got to be the shawl pin. All right. Ooh, these are the beads. Look at that. Kind of silvery, sparkly, pretty. Nice. These are 6/0 seed beads. It says 23 grams. Nice. Aren't those cute little notes? I wish I had some of those to put on my little balls of yarn. Let's see. We get this little bag here. Let's see what this is. This says, these are little stickers, little snowflake stickers. Aren't they pretty? So pretty. All right. Here's another sachet. Oh, this smells wonderful. This smells like pine. This smells so good. I love these. I love that. That smells like Christmas. All right. Then you got, this is, oh wow, something to put on my tree. What's this? It's a snowflake ornament. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I might put it on my tree. I need something at the top of my tree. I don't have an angel for my tree. We'll just put the snowflake up there. Perfect. Now I have 2 more things to show you guys from this box, and we'll be done. I hope you've enjoyed seeing some of these yarns. This has got to be the shawl pin. You can see it's got a little, so cute. I'm just going to cut this because it'll take me forever to undo that. All right, so her shawl pins are one of a kind, handmade by her. Oh, this is pretty. You get these a lot. You get these a lot sometimes when you buy the kit from A Verb for Keeping Warm for her mystery shawl knit along. Sometimes she'll put a shawl pin in there. I won't say every time, but sometimes she will. And look how pretty that is. You're going to get a shawl pin for 2024. I did see that in the listing. That's what that looks like. Isn't that pretty? I'll hold it from this edge too. And you can see it has her little name on there that she signed. So pretty. Oh, I love that. And on her website, she has different metals. This is like sterling silver, but I know she offers nickel and red copper shawl pins. If you're interested in just her shawl pins, you can go take a look. They sell out really quickly though, but sometimes you can find she's restocked and you can get get a good deal on them. There's another little heart stone in here, a little bit darker. Pretty, pretty. And let's look at the yarn. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I have no idea what color this one is because I haven't seen anything about it. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Let me take this out. Oh, this looks just like winter to me. She did a good job with these. All right. I'll take them out so you guys can see them. Oh, so pretty. This is the yarn from Sweet Georgia Yarns. Silver. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so this lighter color, this is sea silk lace. Again, 65% silk, 35% sea sail. 494 yards, 451 meters. It is 3.5 ounces, 100 gram skein. This color, this light one is the moonlight color. These are really soft. That sea sail is really soft. And then this darker one is called Stormy Night. Isn't that going to be pretty? Oh my gosh, that is so nice. And then let's look at it with the beads. Look at that. Let's see if you can see. Oh, that's going to be really pretty. Ah, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So that was the last box. And I still, like I said, I haven't seen the pattern for this. So that's still a mystery. But once that's released, I will probably show you guys. And I know, you guys know I'm going to knit it. It's just I'm a little bit behind on things. But in 2024, I'm sure I'll do this. And I would love to get caught up and be like knitting this with everybody, because in her Ravelry group, there's a Lace Lovers section. And for the people who did subscribe to the Lace Lovers Club, you make these along. You see the shawl before you make it, but you make along when the pattern releases with everybody else. And it's really fun. They are such... That's my second favorite group. I love the Never Enough Lace, and I love the Romi Hill group. They are so, so sweet and kind and encouraging, and I've known the ladies there for years, since 2016, and they're just wonderful. They know my birthday, they know my favorite colors. They just so nice, and I just enjoy knitting their make-alongs and Mr. Knit-alongs every year. Okay, so I think I got everything. Got a whole big old pile of tissue paper over there. All right, so that was all the beautiful yarn offerings from Romi Hill. Again, if you don't want to get the yarn offerings, they are a little bit pricey. She does allow you to pay in 2 installments if you don't want to pay it all up front, which is really nice. You could pay half of it now and half of it in February. And again, she has the double yarn option, which is double the price. But you can still do the double payment, 2 payment type of thing. Let me get up in my chair. I feel weird sitting down on the floor. Anyway, you can do that if you want. You can just get the patterns only and knit with yarn from your stash if you have a nice stash of lace yarn. Or if you want to buy yarn from a different store, use a different lace yarn, that would be, just fine as well. And it would be fun to see these patterns worked up in a different yarn. I really love that about make-alongs and knit-alongs. I love seeing patterns challenged with different yarns and see how they look and play along. And I have a couple of things upcoming that I thought I would mention. I didn't want you to miss out on because I think they're pretty exciting. The first one is a cow mystery knit-along. And now this was recommended to me from Karen, who is a member of our community here. She's I Read Rosie's on Ravelry, and she said that she has knitted this the last few years. She loves it. It's a lot of fun. It's by Laura Ayler. It's called the Just For You 10. She's also known as Fogbound Knits. It is a knit cow pattern made with about 250 to 270 yards of DK weight yarn, and US 5 knitting needles. excuse me, the rows, hold on, I can't read this. You get a small amount every day. You usually can finish. That's what she said she loved about it, is that you can usually finish the clue in the day. It's not so much that it's overwhelming and you get behind. But it starts December the 13th and runs to December the 25th. So there's 12 clues, 1 clue a day. And at the end, you'll have a beautiful cow pattern. Now, the cost of the pattern is now on sale. It is $4 on sale. The regular cost will be $6 after December. And I think I would love to work it in. I don't know if I can, but I have it in my queue, and I have it in a project holder. So we'll just see. The last thing I want to mention is that my last vlog, I mentioned if a content creator wanted to do a live show with me, email me, and we'll see if we can work something out. And someone did email me, and we are going to do a live show. This is Judy's Creations and Crochet out of Canada. She and I are going to do a live show together on Monday, December the 18th. It will be 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. West Coast, and I believe the UK, that'll be 7 or 8 p.m. We tried to look at all the different time zones, and that was about the best one we could come up with. So I hope that works with your schedule. It won't be a very long show, but we are going to have a lot of fun. We've got some good plans for things to talk about. We would love for you to join us. I'm going to link her channel down below. You can go check her out before we have the live show. So maybe you'll have some questions for her, or maybe get to know her a little bit before we have the live show. But I think with her covering the crochet, I can cover the knitting. We will have a good time and just do a little bit of Christmas stuff and have some fun. So we hope you can join us on that day and spend some time with us. But again, it will be an hour, hour and a half, and then we'll wrap it up because everybody's time is precious. But I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Judy, for reaching out to me, and I'm looking forward to doing a live show with you. I think we're going to have a good time. There is one more thing. I apologize. I totally forgot about this, and this is why I do notes. There is another knit along. It's a mystery knit along. It is happening next year. It starts in January of 2022. This is from Tony L. Lorenz. Now, if you remember Tony, she loves to do these year-long mystery knit-alongs. I did, a couple of years ago, I did the Japanese sampler scarf. I don't know if you guys remember this Japanese sampler pattern. Every month we got a new pattern. These are all beautiful cabled Japanese from the Japanese sampler book that she modified. It is so pretty. Well, guess what? I just wanted to remind you of this. So this is the same designer. This year, she's going to do a Japanese sampler blanket. I am so excited. It is going to be the MCAL for 2024. Now, you can knit this with a sport weight yarn. If you do, you'll need some size 6 needles, and you'll need about 1,640 yards of sport weight yarn. You can also knit it with a light worsted weight yarn. If you decide to knit it with worsted weight yarn, you will need about 2,600 yards of your light worsted, and you'll need a size 7 knitting needle. You also need a tapestry needle for weaving in ends, and you'll need a crochet hook. So if you're interested in that, I will link that down below as well. Again, that will start in January. She doesn't even have the pattern up to buy it yet, but I wanted to give you guys a heads up so you can start looking through your stash. I've been thinking about what yarns I could use for that, and I really, really want to work that in. I think, the scarf was great, and I love it, but a blanket with all those motifs and intricate Japanese designs would be stunning. I just can't, I'm excited about that. Right up my alley. So I'm super excited. I think that's all I really have for today. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me today. I really do appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you found something that maybe inspires you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put a comment below, or you can always email me. My email is in the description box below, and of every one of my videos, and you can email me any questions. If you don't want to put it out publicly, that's totally fine. And I will do my best to get to them. I do get behind on comments this time of year, but I do eventually get to them. So Anyway, thank you again. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Don't forget, tomorrow I'll have my Advent message for candle number 2. Last week we had the message of hope. This week we'll have the message of peace. And also, I just wanted to say, we found out that my church is also doing Advent sermons. Last week, my pastor, Bruce Miller, talked about the prophets and how Jesus fulfilled all of the prophecies that the Old Testament prophets said about him, and the probability of him doing that. He had some great biblical references in that. I linked that at the top of the comments under my Advent number 1 message. If you want to go to check that out, it is a wonderful video. It's a wonderful sermon. I want to go back and listen to it again while I'm knitting some. I'm also listening to a lot of vlogmases and trying to see what my friends on the YouTube streets are doing. But I will also do that for this second sermon. That will be tomorrow. The candle is peace, and we'll go from there. And I hope it'll be something you can reflect on. It is not going to be very long. It will be very, very short. And I just hope you can spend some time with me. And again, have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you all very, very soon. Take care.